Alright everyone, welcome to SmurfsCup number 361. Just let me do something quickly here. There we go, so welcome to SmurfsCup number 361, SmurfCup Canyon of course. I'm Thomas Mengozi and I will be your host for tonight. Today is July 6th, which means a brand new map pack is up. Let's actually switch to the game scene real quick. Here we're currently seeing one of the maps that we're going to be playing tonight, which is actually going to be the opening map, funnily enough, Hulda by Chucky. Current record held by Cloud with a 45.962. Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining us here for the coverage of the SmurfScup Canyon, edition number 361, the first SmurfCup for the month of July, and possibly the only one I will probably cast. I'll talk about that at the end of the cast. I'm pretty sure some people who have been there before know this, but don't worry, it will be discussed later on. So for those of you who don't know what the Smurf Cup is all about, here's a basic rundown. The Cup is played in rounds mode across 7 maps. A map is won when the player reaches a points tally of 180 points or more. All the points of all the players are tallied up after the 7 maps are played to get the final ranking, and the player with the most points wins 6,000 out of the 20,000 planets at stake. So then, we are just a few minutes away from the start of the Smurf Cup. Let's actually check some of the drivers that are currently in there. 20 players so far. We got the return of the Hype Boys guys, who were notably absent from the latest Smurf Cup, which was played on the 30th of June, which saw Quentin 43 win. And so we have Cloud, Mr. Smurf Cup, as I like to call him, unbeaten from the end of April to throughout the month of May. Sorry, unbeaten throughout the entire month of May and the first Smurf Cup of June as well. 5 wins in a row for him. Then we got Larens, Finnish driver, fellow teammate of Cloud from Team Hype Boys. Then we got 7 from Team Door 2 Cove, regular contender for top 10 and even can challenge for the top 5 depending on the occasion. Then we got Real Space, one of the administrators of Mania Exchange. More there as a filling role. He's actually pretty. I'm not going to judge anyone by his level, but he's not really that much of a seasoned Canyon player compared to the rest of the staff. Then we got Lex from Team Smurf, currently following the GPS here, as we must have gone the GPS route, who's just here to have fun and also progress here in Canyon, and he's been doing a really fantastic job at this. Then we got Pangolin, another admin, not exactly an admin of Mania Exchange, one of the actual organizers of the MXKO, which will be coming up later tonight. Unfortunately, later tonight at 9:30. It will not be streamed on this channel though, due to data cap concerns. So yeah, unfortunately, you won't be able to see that, but be sure that there is going to be that. Then there's Suram from Team Demise, who won the Smurfs Cup on the 11th of June. I don't really remember the number now. I think it is 357 if I recall correctly. Yeah, he actually won the Smurf Cup, where the first Smurf Cup of June, where Cloud was not able to attend. Then we got Morodin, one of the regular top 5 contenders. If we can switch the camera instead of checking the profile, there he is. So then, Morodin from Team THC, as I said, really potent player who can spring a few surprises, and he's going to be one of the main contenders for the lead and the overall win, along with Cloud and Larens. Let's see what we got. Frico, also one of the main contenders in the top 10 regularly in the Smurf Cups. Let's see who else we got. Harse, one of the founders of Smurf Cup, currently following the GPSs, of course. Harse, organizer of the Smurfs Cup in Canyon and Valley, and, as I said, admin of the Smurf team. Then, let's see who we got else. We got Not from Nevertech, who was part of the Team Hyperion effort in the STLC EP Season 5, which was mainly represented by Quentin 43. As we're going to move on to the final warm-up map, we're less than 4 minutes. There we go, 4 minutes until top of the hour. 20 Central European Summertime marks the start of the Smurf Cup. Alright, sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath, getting a little bit of air through there. So let's see who else we actually got. So I mentioned Suram. There is also React in there, one of the maker of one of the maps that we're going to see later in the round. It's actually going to be the closing map called Bibadaboo. Let's see if we got anyone else joining in. So, Larens, Not, Suram, React, Maxi, Good to see you playing, my friend. So, Maxi from Team Smurf. Maxi and Lex not having really particularly hopes up, stating that they did not train. A lot of people did not. But some people, including the Hype Boys, have come in prepared. They've repeated their lines on the maps, and these are going to be the guys to watch for the battle for the lead. Then, as we see the car in front with an R390 GT1, which was crashing a few times. You saw the name. It is Norplay from Team THC, one of the makers from one of the map makers that got featured in the June Smurf Cup with his map called Grand Focus, featuring Ivo. And as we can see, he is currently driving the lovely number 23 car with the Nissan R390 GT1 from the Le Mans 1997 edition. Otherwise, we also got Coco from Team Door 2 Co, one of the regular contenders in the top 10, in the top 15 to top 10. And so far, in terms of notable players, it seems as though we're currently done. We'll have to wait a little bit to see if anyone else is joining. So, Smurf Cup number 361. Actually, let's go into the explanation real quick. So, this will probably be the only Smurf Cup I cast this month, because the week after that, I am going on a holiday for 1 to 2 weeks, and I will not have my PC with me. Well, I will have my laptop with me, but I will not be able to stream. So, it will I will unfortunately not be able to stream on Saturdays during that period. But don't worry, I'll get you informed on Discord whenever I go back and stuff like that. So, if you want to actually be sure to be there whenever I come back on streaming. !Discord to join my personal Discord server, where you can actually just hang out and also discuss a lot of things about gaming, technology, motorsports, and more. We're a small community I'm trying to build that one up and trying to make sure that people have fun and have some sane discussions in there. Oh, also we all saw the maps being juked, so let's actually take a look at the map order for tonight. Starting with the starter map, as we said, was Holda from Chucky. Following then is Sunny Clouds from Gato and Henry. Third map will be Blaggats by Revols. Mohawk is the midway map by Plasta, so map number 4. Map number 5 will be Floral Decay by Phoebe, followed then by Clouds and Time Meshed. And to close off the Smurf Cup will be Bidabadu or Bibadabu. God, that name can be confusing. So this is the final map from React. The Smurfs Cup is going to start at the end of this map, so we're going to start a little bit later than 3 o'clock, than 8 o'clock Central European Summer Time, but that is completely okay. As we see some of the players joining, we see actually Vinny joining. Where is Vinny? Where is he? I saw him join the server. Maybe he didn't actually appear in the rankings yet. So yeah, Vinny from Team Velocity, one of the surprise joiners mid-game, who managed to get on pace with the leaders almost immediately with a snap of the finger, just like that, and who was also part of Team Velocity's efforts in the CEP Season 5, who managed to get into 3rd place, if I recall correctly. So yeah, one of the rather strong players in Canyon IMO. I know that opinion can vary from time to time, but that's actually how I feel. Otherwise, let's see who we got else. Oh, actually, we saw Vinny. There he is. There is also Meister CZ, one of the top 20 contenders in the habitually in the Smurf Cup. Rico has already been mentioned. Pangolin. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to find some things to say or people to spectate and present whilst the cup is in the process of getting started. It's not that easy. So then, already covered Morden. I think we pretty much covered everyone who's going to be there. We also got Tommy, which I have never seen before. If anyone has got any info about Tommy, then let me know. I don't know if that's going to happen though. Whiskra 1 is in there, as we mentioned, Freako. Yeah, so we pretty much got... I pretty much introduced you to everyone that's going to be a particular player. So, let me just do something real quick here. So... Alright, we're 1 minute and 30 seconds before the start of the Smurf Cup. Now, here's an interesting statistic for the Cups, concerning the winners of the June Smurf Cups. So, Cloud won 1 edition, so did Suram, and so did Kanta, but actually Mebe is the one who won the most, being the only one to have been having clinched back-to-back wins in that month of June. And for the month of May, of course, it was Cloud who swept the rewards on all of the Smurf Cups. Sorry about that burp, guys. Just had a little bit of a rough, had a bit of a hearty meal as we see the boss from Team Demise joining in. There he is. Who was taking part of SCL CEP alongside notably Serum and Voyager 006, which I'm actually wondering if we're going to see Voyager in this race. And also a teammate of Red Extra in the same team. So then, 30 seconds before we switch onto map number 1, which is Holda by Chucky. As I drink a little sip of water, don't forget to stay hydrated, folks. So then, here we go. Map switch to map number 1, Holda. Gonna wait until the map is completely loaded to get someone to probably get a little bit of an overview. Hello, Norplay. Thank you very much for tuning in. Sorry if it's a little bit of a sparse talking here and there. I don't really have anything to say really so far. Here we go. The rankings are gonna be uploaded at the link you see in the chat and the link you see in the game chat. And oh, whoa! Hold on a second. And if you want to follow the live rankings, here is the link in the Twitch chats. There it is if you want to follow it, live.smurfing.nu/canyon. So, this is Holda by Chucky. We're going to be following someone for an overview, a little overview of the map. Let's see who we can spectate. Let's actually spectate Vinny for this warm-up round. Current record held, as I said, by Cloud with a 45.962. Starting off with this drifting right-hander where he had to snap, that goes on to this snap into a left-hander with a late drift. Snap into this right-hander. Oh, going with the Vinny going on the outside of the pole. That could be risky because of the gap that is in there. Really flowy map overall, even though it is not really the choice I would have gone for the starter map. I think there are way easier maps than this, as we see Vinny getting a little bit out of shape through there. But don't worry, it is the warm-up round. There are still plenty of time to get it wrong. Here it is the dirt corner. Then a little bit of an interesting transition. This uphill into jump transition. Then the right-hander onto the final few corners and the final jump transition into the finish. So, this has been a lap of Holda by Chucky and poorly commented by me. I'm really sorry, guys. I did play the maps a little bit off-stream, but I didn't play them too much. So then, warm-up is done. Map number 1, SmurfScup number 361 underway. We're going to check out Vinny for this round. As we see, one of the late starters, it was Norplay with his R390 GT1. Suram getting a little bit of a mistake early on, and it's going to be Cloud who gets the whole shot after CP1. Let's actually see who gets it better at CP2. It is still Cloud, and the battle for the lead's already emerging. Cloud, Morod, Nod, and 7. Where is Larens? Larens, there he is, getting into the top 5. React in 6th, Coco in 7th, and... oh, actually, Cloud making a huge mistake, and that's going to drop him down a lot of places. That now, it is not in the lead. Let's actually try to follow Nod a little bit if we can find him. Where is he? Where is he? Let's actually keep on watching Vinny. He's battling with a lot of other players. He's dropping down the order, and Maxi making a mistake as well, so that's going to promote Vinny to P8 again. Morden making a mistake, so that's Vinny up to P7 now. 7 is in P6, React in P5. Let's actually see how it is over the finish line. Nod will get the round in front of Larens, Coco, Suram, React, 7, Vinny, and Cloud for your top 8. Cloud making a huge mistake before this 3rd or 4th CP, if I remember correctly, and yeah, dropping a lot of places and the important points for the lead. As we see Real Space and Mixu getting into the finish line. Actually, Mixu missing the finish. Lex finishing in P16, Real Space 17th, Old Bar 18th. Mixu about to get into P19, and it seems as though Meister Season has given up and will not score any points. So then, not in the lead, early lead with 50 points on first place in front of Larens and Coco. Let's actually follow Coco for this round. The Frenchmen are first and third. Currently, it is Suram who gets the whole shot after CP1. Suram emerging in an early lead. 7 with an ambitious line. So does Hase, but there will drop down the order. Coco getting the whole shot after CP2 and emerging in the lead. Battling this time with Suram and Larens. It is going to be a really tight battle. Look at this tight group for the top 6. Currently, it is Suram who gets the whole shot with 13 thousandths of a second in front of Nord. React trying to get into the mix, but unfortunately with a little bit of a worse line, and gets overtaken by a lot of people, including Cloud and Vinny, and he's going to drop down to P10, just like that. Let's actually follow Nord a little bit here, battling with Suram and Larens for the lead over the final couple corners. Suram having a clear lead, Larens making a mistake, hitting the wall, and that's going to promote Nord to P2, and across the line, it is Suram in front of Nord, Morodin, the boss, Larens, 7, Cloud and Vinny. 7, Larens dropping a few more places after clinching the other wall on the apex of the corner, dropping down to P7. Meister CZ getting over to the finish with a little bit of difficulty, or does he? Old Bard finishing P19, Lex 17th, Real Space 18th, and there we go. Meister CZ scoring his first points in 20th place. So then Suram goes back up to second place, while Nod retains the lead with 95 points. Suram second on 88, Larens third on 81. Let's follow the leader right here. Onto this first checkpoint, it is Coco who's going to get the whole shot with a bit of an ambitious line by Suram, really on the inside there. Nod taking the lead after CP2. Let's actually see how this settles. Cloud, Suram, and Larens battling over the lead, not getting into the mix as well, as does Coco. A really tight group top 5 battle right here, as we see Nod moving up into P2 and challenge Suram for the lead here. Let's see who gets the better of him. Nod with a much better tidy line through there, but a bit of a compromised entry to the corner. That's going to allow Suram to fight back. Who's going to get the edge? Onto the final section. The final few corners to go. Let's see if Nod can spring a surprise and potentially overtake Suram. It's going to be over the line, and no, it is going to be Suram who's going to win it in front of Nod, Coco, Larens, Vinny, the boss, Cloud, and Morodin. So far, it is going to be still Nod who retains the lead, but only 2 points will separate him and Suram in P2. As we're going to see, 45... Yeah, it is going to be 140 points for Nod and 138 for Suram as of this round. Olbard finishing in the top 20, Maxine P17. And as you're about to see, the lead remains unchanged, but only 2 points separate P1 and P2. Larens a little bit further back with the 119 points. Let's actually follow someone else. Let's actually follow 7 from this one. One of the teammates of Coco, who gets the whole shot. Coco gets the whole shot in front of his teammate, no less. Onto CP2 they go, and it is this time Suram. 7 remaining close in the top 6 and 7 battle here, as we see the battle for the lead unfold between Suram, Nod, and Cloud. Larens trying to catch up some ground, and 7 floundering a little bit with the lines there and dropping down to P8 and potentially even P9 as he gets overtaken by Mixu. There he is, Mixu making some ground in the 911 RSR, or GT3 rather. Morodin so overtaking 7 for the benefit of P9, so that's down to P10. Let's actually follow the lead battle here, as Nod has taken the lead. Suram making a mistake. Cloud potentially going to deny Nod the win. No, it is going to be Nod who wins the round in front of Cloud. Suram, Vinny, Morodin, React 7, and Coco. And with 190 points, map number 1 goes to Nod. Cocorico, la France remporte la première map. Nod wins with 190 points. As we see everybody else finishing their round, Frico down in P18, Larens in P17, not really the place we're used to seeing from these guys who are regularly into the top 10, and Larens even in the top 5, so yeah, that's a bit of an unusual result as we see. So, 190 points for Nod who wins the round and map. Then, second is Suram on 179 points, and P3 is Coco with 140 points. The standings after map 1 is the same as the standings of the map, and we're going to check the standings right after the map switch. So then, after map number 1, Nod is in first place with 190 points, 11 points in front of Suram, who is second on 179, and closing the podium is Coco with 140 points. 1 point behind is Cloud in P4 with 139, and completing the top 5 is Vinny in 5th place with 136. 6th is Larens with 134, 7th is Warden with 127, the boss is 8th with 126, is 7 is 9th with 124, and React completes the top 10 with 122. From 11th to 20th downwards are Harse, Maxi, Mixu, Pangolin, Whiskra1, Frico, Lex, Oldbard, Real Space, and Meister CZ from Zed. And it seems as though we got our standings. So, map number 2 is Sunny Clouds from Gato featuring Henry. Another one of the flowing maps and one of the easier to pick up and play IMO. So this map, this place is really deserved. So, current record held by Nod with a 47.028 and Cloud close behind with a 47.036. So then, still a pretty tight battle between the first 2 to 3 positions after map number 1. It's still a victory's worth of points separating the top 3, so everything to play for. As we see Suram negotiating the final few corners of the warm-up and getting into the finish. Alright then, map number 2 about to start. We're going to be speccing Suram for this round. Everybody going right for the normal way, the left is GPS. Suram going for the aggressive line of the jump. Who gets the whole shot? It is Coco who gets the whole shot, 23 thousandths of a second in front of Suram. And it looks as though Vinny has made the gap into the lead battle, and he's potentially going to take the lead. He took the lead after CP2. 7 thousandths in front of Coco, but it looks as though, oh, Vinny's still remaining in the mix, battling with Nod for the lead. Nod has overtaken the lead from Vinny, 6 hundredths of a second in front of a gap, and it looks as though the battle for the P3 is hunting up between Coco and Suram as they're gonna go into the final section, final couple corners. Suram still holding on to P3, now making a mistake actually as I say that, and drops P3 and even P4, so that's gonna be Nod for the Vinny, Coco, Cloud, Suram, Larence, React, and Demise. Suram's and Demise, the boss, sorry. No, Demise is the team. God damn it, you must get your shit together. Anyway, so I was about to say, Suram seemed as though he had secured P3, but a small mistake, a small brush of the wall that cost him a little bit of momentum, cost him 2 places in the end. So yeah, that is really unfortunate for the Demise player, and Oldbar will not be able to score any points as he is too far away from the finish. So Nod again with an early lead of 50 points in front of Vinny on 45 and Coco on 41. Let's actually follow Cloud. We haven't really seen him after that first round mistake on Hulda. Let's actually see how he fares this time round. Currently sitting in P4 with 38 points. So far it is Suram getting a little bit of an early gap in the lead in front of Nod and the boss, and Cloud getting in the mix. Oh, having a huge flip there, as does Vinny. And they're going to restart together and getting potentially in the same place. And actually, it's going to be Cloud in front of Vinny, but down in 15th and 16th respectively. Let's actually follow Nod here, battling with the boss for P2. And with Suram a little bit further in front in the lead. Let's actually try to follow someone else. No, we're going to be over the final couple corners as we see Nod overtaking the boss for P2. Will Suram make another mistake and drop P1 to Nod? No, it is going to be Suram in front of Nod, the boss, Larence, Coco, Morden, React, and Maxi to complete your top 8. Spectator Skurs has hit Cloud once again. He was in contention for a top 5 and even a top 3 spot, and yeah, unfortunately, that huge clip of the apex of the clip of the void at the corner got him into a flip, and yeah, that was pretty much the end of it for Cloud. So then, currently, Nod will remain in the lead as Suram jumps from P5 to P2 again. 95 points for Nod, the leader, in front of Suram, second on 86 points. Coco, third place with 77 points. Let's actually follow Maxi for a little bit. Currently sitting in P9 with 56 points. And sitting in P6 after CP1. Let's actually see how the positions evolve. Maxi with a bit of a white line, dropping a few places and registered in P8 after CP2. Let's actually see how that fares in CP3. He's still holding up, remaining pretty solid into the top 10, into P9 now, and getting overtaken by Harse for P10. Let's actually see how everything unfolds in the final section. Maxi going very wide and making a mistake here, clipping the barrier broadside. He's still going to remain in P10 though. Let's see if there's going to be someone overtaking him. It doesn't seem so. So far, and in the lead so far, it is going to be Suram who takes the round win in front of Cloud, Larens, the boss, and Nord down in P5 in front of Vinny, Coco, and 7. So we're going to have a lead change. Suram will retake the lead from Nord for the first time in the Smurf Cup. Moradin finishing down in P16. It seems as though it's not really the day of Moradin, didn't we? Isn't it? So it's Moradin fighting all the ways into the top 5, and even contending with the lead, and even winning a round last round in the Smurf Cup. It's all really unraveled for these Chilean players. So Suram first on 136 points, 5 points in front of Nord, and Larens third on 113. Let's follow someone else. Let's follow React for a little bit. His map will be coming up to close the Smurf Cup in the at the end of the cup. So sorry, and so far Nod in the early lead in front of Larens and Cloud, reacting to the top 5 after CP2. Let's actually see if anyone makes a mistake at the jump. No, it seems as though Cloud has learned the lesson and remains in the fight, and even takes the lead from Nod, but with a bit of a white line. Nod is able to cut back. So far it is Nod, Cloud, Larens, the boss, Coco, Vinny getting in the mix as well. And it seems as though React is dropping pace as he's got overtaken by Suram just now. Let's actually follow Larens. Larens with a bit of a white line gets down. And the battle between Cloud and Nod for the lead. It is going to be Cloud who wins the round in front of Nod, the boss, Vinny, Suram, Coco, Larens, and React. A really tight battle for the top 8 positions right there, all throughout the round. As we saw React getting into the mix for potentially the lead, but unfortunately it didn't seem to work out quite the way he was hoping. He was hoping for. As we see Uchiha a little bit further away than he should be from the finish, he will not be able to score any points. And so it will be one more round. Yes, one more round. Nod takes the lead again with 176 points, 4 points in front of Suram. But remember, the points tally up to 180 before a map win. So we're gonna get one more round as we follow the actual leader, Francis Nod. Currently sitting in P3. He needs to score 4. He still needs to outscore Suram and finish no lower than second. He doesn't need to, he actually needs to absolutely win this particular round. He must not come second or finish behind Suram. Otherwise the map will not be his. And it seems as though he's doing the job brilliantly as he took the lead from Vinny, Cloud, the boss, and Coco. It seems as though Suram has dropped out of the picture. Where is Suram? There he is. He fell down the order down to 12th place, so that's going to be the map for Nod. As he goes into the final corners, it is going to be Nod who wins the round, and map number 2 in front of the boss, Larens, Vinny, Coco, Moradin, Maxi, and React. Unfortunately, Suram could have put a great challenge and eventually wrestled the lead from the overall lead away from Nod, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, as Nod wins 2 out of 2. Uchiha getting into finish in P21, sorry, as we saw one of the other players joining, in the person of CC. So then, Nod with 226 points wins the map in front of Suram on 200, and the boss completes the podium of the map on 195. Your standings after map 2 then, top 3, Nod in the lead with 416 points, Suram second with 379, and the boss in 3rd place with 321. We're going to check the full standings right after the map switch. So then, after map number 2, Nod still in the lead with 416 points, Suram is second with 379, and the boss is third with 321. 1 point behind is Larens in 4th place, then in 5th place is Coco with 319. Again, 1 point behind Larens. So then, 6th place is Vinny with 309, 7th is Cobb with 305, 8th is React with 264, 9th is 7 with 246, and 1 point behind in 10th is Moradin with 245. From 11th to 20th downwards are Maxi, Haxe, Whiskro1, Frico, Pangolin, in Mixu, Lex, Respace, Meister CZ, and Old Bard. And then in 21st place we find Uchiha with 21 points. Map number 3 from Revols, maker of Amnesia from last round. Now we got Blaggett. What's worth doing a speed tech in my opinion from what I played so far, which is a fairly low play time, I gotta say. Then we got the current local record held by Cloud with a 44.245, and the current Daily Mania record held by Cloud as well with a 44.285. Map number 3 about to get underway as the warm-up has finished. As we're gonna be checking out the VOD from Pangolin. Going into the first corner, Lex making a huge mistake, clipping the inside of the corner and getting sent into spin. While getting the whole shot after CP1, and Larence emerging into the battle for the lead along with the boss. Cloud still in the lead. Let's actually see if we can follow one of the lead battles here. Let's actually follow Vinny, who's further up the field and getting ready to get into the mix as well. Cloud currently leading in front of, it seems as though Coco has actually retaken the lead. Cloud must have made a mistake as well. So it is Coco, Suram, Larence, Nord, and Vinny so far after CP5. Onto the final checkpoint. Into the full speed section they go. It seems as though the field remains neat and tidy. Coco still in the lead, but Larence now pulling up an attack, and Larence making a huge mistake, and that's going to drop him down a lot of places. And into the finish, it is Nord who's going to take the win by 0.02 of a second from Coco. Then comes Suram, Vinny, Morodin, the boss, Mixu, and Cloud. We saw that finish from a little bit further back than we should have had, but still, it is a remarkable finish to see Nord getting into the lead and winning the round, snatching the victory from the jaws of defeat, as we say. Real Space finishing in 21st, Lex in 22nd after that mistake at the round. So then, again, not in the early lead. It's a French 1-2 at the front with Coco second on 45 points. So I'm third on 41, as we're checking Vinny out for this round. Vinny with a neat and tidy start gets into P7 after CP1. Cloud getting the whole shot. Nod and Cloud battling for the lead once again. So far, small advantage to Cloud. Suron getting into the mix. Cloud not faltering, retaining the lead. We saw that, well, I say that, but we saw that he made a mistake in the first round, and that cost him a lot of places. And it looks as though Suram has managed to make short work of both Nord and Cloud to get back into the lead. And it seems as though Vinny's under pressure from the boss, currently sitting in P5. Suram with a bit of a risky line, and over the finish line it is Suram who's going to get the win in front of Cloud, Nord, Vinny, the boss, Mixu, Morodid, and Larence. Lex and Real Space finishing respectively in P20 and P21. And everybody seems to have finished the round. And it looks as though... actually shared lead between Suram and Nod. 91 points for both of these. Vinny jumps into P3 with 76 points and is 1 point in front of the Cloud in fourth who's on 75. The boss completes the top 5 on 70. Let's actually follow someone else a little bit further back. Let's actually follow Coco a little bit. One of the guys that saw his victory being snatched away by Nod for 0.02 of a second on round 1. Currently sitting down in P9, a little bit further down in the pack than he should probably be, as we hear a little bit of a turbo whistle through there. Must be one of the custom cars. Suram currently in the lead in front of Cloud. It seems as though we're also not in the mix. Oh, Cloud making a huge mistake again. Cloud, that pretty much sums up. He's very fast, but somewhat crash-prone, and that really can cost him a lot of points. As we go over the line, it is going to be Suram in front of Nod, Vinny, Larence, Morodin, Coco, the boss, and 7. As we see other people finishing the round, Cloud kicking over himself for that mistake, finishing in P16. As we see the 911 GT3 of Mixu wiggling his way to the finish, stopping a little bit in front and finishing actually backwards, clinching the finish in P22. And so far, it is a little bit of a gap for Suram on 141 points to Nod on 136, but still, anything can go either way here. All that is needed is for Suram to make a little bit of a mistake, and that's gonna be over. And we saw one of the levers, it is Cloud. Cloud has decided that he couldn't take any more and decided to just leave outright the cup. Not the sporting behavior we were seeking to see here, but unfortunately it seems as though it has headed that way for one of the Flying Dutchmen, that's for sure. So far it is Suram then in front of Larence and Nod. Coco sitting comfortably in P4. Oh, actually not comfortably, under pressure from the boss who's overtaking him for P5 right now. Let's actually see how everything goes. So Suram still remaining in the lead as they go into the final corner. It is going to be Suram again in front of Larens, Nod, the boss, Coco, Mixu, Vinny, and Harsa. And Suram finally gets his first map win. It had to wait until map 3 to get it, but it eventually got there. Yeah, and unfortunately, it seems as though it was a rage quit from Cloud, which is really unfortunate to see, as we see Voyager joining the server at the end of the 3rd map. So he will not be in contention for the lead or whatever, but he's gonna be someone to watch. Sorry. So then, Suram wins the map on 191 points in front of Nod on 177, and we see the map top 3 here. Nod still in the lead, but Suram closing to 23 points just of a gap between him and Nod, and the boss finishes in 3rd place with 461. Right after the map switch, we'll see the full standings. Your standings after map 3 then are Nod in the lead with 593 points in front of Suram on second on 570 points. Completing the top 3 is the boss with 461. 4th is Vinny with 458, and completing the top 5 is Larens with 455. 6th is Coco with 448. 7th is Cloud with 395, although he will likely drop after that rage quit that he did. 8th is Morden with 371, 9th is React with 362, and on 360 points dead is 7, completing the top 10. From 11th to 20th downwards are Arsa, Maxi, Whiskra, Mixu, Frico, Pangolin, Lex, Real Space, Meister CZ, and Old Bard. From 21st we got CC on 76 points, and 22nd and last is Uche on 69. So then, on to map number 4, the midway map, and what I would have chosen as the beginner map for this Smurf Cup, which is Mohawk from Plasta. One of the rare full-speed maps that's got a lot of momentum conservation going on in here. The current world record held by Nod with a 45.021, and the current Daily Mania held by Suram with a 45.096. Always a little bit of hydration, as we see Cloud getting back into the server. Was this a technical issue and not a rage quit? We'll have to wait and see, but still. A bit unfortunate for Cloud, who didn't score much points in that particular in map number 3. Anyways, map number 4 about to get underway. We're going to be spectating. Let's see. We're going to be spectating Meister CZ, currently sitting in P19 in the overall standings, going a little bit wide into the corner and completely missing the corner, and that's going to drop him down way earlier. And he's going to have to respawn 2 times. That's actually trying to follow someone who's a little bit further up. CC currently sitting in P15, behind Harsa and Maxi. As we see that currently it is Vinny who is in the lead. Let's actually follow him a little bit. And he's not in the lead anymore. So far it is Nod in front of Suram. Larens getting into the mix, getting in the battle for P3 against Coco and Morden, and Vinny probably seeking to get in the mix as well. Let's see how everything goes in the next couple corners, which is actually the final section. Yeah, the final corner they go, and it seems as though Morden making a mistake, and that's going to allow Vinny potentially through to no. Morden will retain its place, but so far it is Nod who wins in front of Suram, Larens, Coco, Morden, Vinny, React, and 7. Nod again, for the 4th time in a row, getting the early lead in the map, winning round number 1. Really sorry, guys. I'm kind of taking here and there. I'm trying to do my best. The boss with a little bit of a banter in the chat. So, Nod on 50 points gets the lead in front of Suram on 45, and Larens completes the top 3 on 41. We're going to be following someone a little bit further down the... Let's actually follow Voyager, who just joined for this particular map. Voyager, one of the admins of the Trackmania, of the TMX KO held on Trackmania United, making a small mistake here, dropping down the P13, but he's going to be able to claw some places back as Mixu made a mistake. That's going to promote it to P12, overtaking CC to P11 now. And potentially getting into top 10. Who is he gonna overtake? Is it gonna be Coco or Maxi? Maxi going for the overtake of Coco for P8. Coco getting him back. Let's actually see. And it seems as though Maxi has dropped a lot more momentum, and that's gonna allow potentially Voyager to get back into P10. That's actually trying to follow the lead battle. Not currently still in the lead. Suram getting close to him, though. Suram potentially overtaking them for the last corner. It's going to be over the line. And Suram gets it for 2 thousandths of a second yet again. This time not being on the receiving end of the win. Of the receiving end of that particular gap. So it is Suram in front of Nod, Larens, Morodin, Vinny, React, The Boss, and 7. Very, very nice finish. Suram with the absolute stunner of an ending section to get the win for 2 thousandths of a second from Nod and denying him the opportunity to build up the gap. And it's going to be a shared lead once again for Nod and Suram on 95 points each. Larens a little bit further behind on P3 with 82 points. Let's follow the French driver a little bit. Leader in the overall standings. Battling with Larens and Coco for the lead. Larens in front of Coco and Nod, Morodin and the Boss after CP2. Nod with a much tighter line gets into the lead and opens up a half a tenth gap between him and Larens. Let's actually follow some of the drivers who are chasing, with Morodin battling with Suram for P3. Suram with a little bit of a wider line could potentially carry more momentum into the next corner. Morodin going wide, and that's going to allow a lot of people through, including Mixu, Vinny, and let's see, was the Boss, then React going through P9, P8 even for Morodin, but still Nod having a tenth of a gap between him and Larens, and that's going to be Nod winning the round in front of Larens, Suram, Mixu, Vinny, the Boss, React, and 7. So Nod retaking the lead and opening up the gap once again. 145 points for him, and that's going to need only 35 points for closing out this map and taking his 3rd map of the night. The French driver looking on point and in tip-top shape. So then, 145 points for the leader, Nod. Second is Suram on 136, and on 127, Larens still is in 3rd place. Let's actually follow Morodin a little bit, who went a little bit wide and made that little bit of a mistake and dropped quite a few places. He wants to battle for the top 3 spots and round number 3, but here he makes another mistake and drops down a lot of places. And actually, Larens also making a huge mistake, and that's going to drop him down way further than he should be. Morodin in P15, Larens behind him in P16. Currently, it is still not the leader. 2 tenths in front of Suram. It seems as though he managed to open up quite the gap here. Well, quite the gap. The gap is relatively small again, but that could be a year between Suram and Nod, and Suram might not be able to catch unless he makes the sick end like he did on round number 2. Let's see if it's the case, and it seems as though it isn't, and it's going to be Nod who closes the map. Map number 4 is Nod's, in front of Suram, Coco, Vinny, the Boss, React, Voyager, and 7. It seems as though with that mistake, with the mistake he made, Larens might be even at risk of losing his 3rd place in this map. We're going to be seeing after the one finishes the round, Uche finishing in P22, Meister CZ in P23. We're going to have to wait a little bit to see how everything shakes up. So, 38 points. And actually, no, Larens is safe. So, 195 points for the map winner, Nod, in front of Suram on 181, and Larens 3rd on 153. After map number 4, Nod is still in the lead with 788, Suram 2nd with 751, and Larens completes the top 3 with 608. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. The standings after map number 4. Nod still the leader with 788 points in front of Suram, 2nd on 751, and completing the top 3 is Larens on 608. 4th is Vinny on 602 points, and 5th completing the top 5 is The Boss with 591. 6th is Coco with 581, 7th is React with 494, 8th is Morodin with 484, 9th is 7 with 480, and completing the top 10 is Cloud with 395. From 11th to 20th downwards are Maxi, Haxe, Mixu, Witchcraft, Rico, Pangolin, Lex, Railspace, Old Bard, and Meister CZ. 21st is CC with 166 points, 22nd is Voyager with 112 points, 3 points in front of Utia and 23 points on 23rd with 109, and Zales is in last place with 21. Map number 5, Phoebe's Floral Decay. Current world record held by Cloud with a 40.201. Cloud not really at the level he should be, sitting in a lowly 10th in the overall standings with 395. Coco is right though; it's not really an easy map pack, but still, that it really selects the it's really a selective map pack, and it only the cream of a crop comes out. as I would like to say. So then, map number 5 about to get underway. We're going to be checking out Mixu in the 911 GT3. Already getting underway onto the first castle porch in the second one. Morden getting the whole shot after CP1. Morden emerging into the early lead, battling with Larens and Nod. And Suram as well. A really tight pack for the top 5 right here, as we see Mixu playing a little bit of a bystander role. Mixu in P7. Let's actually try to see if we can actually get to someone in the lead battle. No, we actually got the boss, who is far down the order, down in P13. Let's actually try to see if we got Vinny. Vinny making a mistake as well. How is everything shaking up in the final battle? Morin having dropped down a lot of places, and it is Cloud who gets the round win in front of Nod, Larens, Suram, Mixu, Morin, React, and Coco. Man, the fact that these standings change all the time after round 1, it's so difficult to follow. So I'm really sorry, guys, if I'm missing out on the league battles, but I should be focusing on them. It's a little bit of a quirk having to do with it. So then, Freako finishing down in P24. Everybody finishing the place. And Cloud getting into the early leads. For the first time, it is not going to be Nod who takes the early round lead. Let's actually follow Cloud a little bit for this round. Cloud's first on 50 points in front of Nod of 45 and Larens of 41. Cloud getting the whole shot after CP1. Let's actually see how everything shakes up. Morden getting into the lead battle, but maybe going a little bit wide. That's going to drop him a lot of places. Nod overtaking Cloud for the lead. Larens also overtaking Cloud, but Larens making a mistake, hitting the wall, and that's going to drop him down a lot of places. Cloud risky, and he clutches the wall, and that's going to drop him down to P4, and even to P5 as Larens comes back. And P6 as well. Holy crap, Mixu making a mistake as well, hitting the girder on the inside. Let's actually follow Nod, who's currently 4/10 in front of Suram and making no mistake to win round number 2. So it is Nod in front of Suram, Coco, Larens, Morden, the boss, Cloud, and Vinny. And with this, Nod will retake the lead. 95 points will give Nod the overall lead in the map. 21st place for Meister Caesar, 22nd for Old Bard. As we see Utia getting there to the finish with a little bit of difficulty. And finishing down in... No, he's not taking the finish. No points for Utia. So then, Nod getting into the lead. Cloud dropping down to P3. 95 points for Nod in front of Suram on 83 points. And Cloud third on 82. Let's actually follow the boss a little bit, who has not trained the maps whatsoever. He's discovering them as we speak, as we see a lot of people making mistakes. Morden getting the whole shot to CP1, but it seemed as though the promise didn't really stick for the Chilean, as we see him making a white line through here and losing a lot of places. Cloud getting into the lead after that mistake from Morden, as we see him battling with Suram, who's overtaking him for the lead, and Larens battling with him for P2. Cloud getting a lot more momentum than Suram, though, so it's potentially going to be a battle for the lead. In the final few corners, let's see how these two fare. Oh, a little bit of a bump for Cloud. He didn't drop any momentum though, but it looks as though it is Suram who's going to win the round. No! Suram making a mistake, clipping the inside of the corner, and that's going to gift Cloud the win for 0.04 of a second. So this is going to be Cloud in front of Suram, Larens, Morden, Vinny, Coco, the boss, and Nod. Your top 8. Nod finishing down in P8, and that's going to be meaning another lead change. This is the map where we start to see the results shuffle a little bit. Maybe not in the overall settings, but the results for the map win are definitely shuffling. As we see Real Space finishing in 22nd place. And it's going to be Cloud who jumps from 3rd to 1st on 132 points. Suram is in 2nd place with 128, and Nod drops down from P1 to P3 on 125. As we follow Cloud once again. Cloud absolutely needs to win this round. If he doesn't, we're gonna have at least one more round on Floral Decay. Seems as though he's doing that pretty good with taking an early lead after CP3. Let's see how it goes after CP4. 1/10 between him and Nod as we follow the Chaser. Currently under pressure from Morden, who came back with a sick line, but unfortunately he might have dropped out a little bit here. Cloud remaining in the lead, only the couple corners to go. It seems as though no faltering from there. Nod's dropping down to P5 after that mistake, and Cloud wins the map in front of Suram, Vinny, Coco, Nod, Mixu, Morden, and 7. Your top 8 for round number 4. And with 182 points, Cloud will get the map win. And we've also got a nice time with the new Dedivania record for Cloud with a 40.317. So there we go, map win for Cloud, finally, although he's going to be quite a ways away for the lead battle overall. 182 points for Cloud gave him the win in front of Suram on 173 and Nod completing the top 3 on 161. After map number 5, here's your top 3. Nod still in the lead with 949. Second is Suram with 924 and Larens is third with 756. The gap opening up between the top 2 and the rest of the field. We'll check their full standings right after the map switch. So, after map number 6, Nod still in the lead with 949 points. 924 points gets Suram in second place. Completing the top 3 is Larens with 756. Fourth is Coco with 724, and completing the top 5 is Vinny with 720. 6th is The Boss with 703. 7th is Moradin with 624. 8th is 7 with 592. 9th is Claw with 577, and completing the top 10 is React with 554. From 11th to 20th downwards are Maxi, Mixu, Harse, Whiscraft, Frico, Pangolin, Lex, Respace, CC, and Old Bard. From 21st to 24th downwards are Meister CZ, Voyager, Utia, and Zales. Map number 6 then, Anti-Mesh by Cloud. The winner of the previous map playing on home turf here, with a bit of a technical map, a much more technical map than the ones we previously saw. Current record held by Nod with a 44.764. So then, Nod and Suram, the battle still remains pretty tight between these two for the lead, although it seems as though Clarence doesn't really have any hopes of catching up with the pace at which this is going, unless the two front drivers start making huge mistakes that cost them a lot of points. We're going to be following, let's see, we're going to be following Voyager for the start of map number 6. Onto the tight right-hander. Oh, Maxi making a huge mistake going for the flip after CP1. It is Suram who gets the lead. Let's actually see if we can follow him a little bit here. Suram battling with Nod, Cloud, Larens, Moradin, everybody is in there. Nod currently in the lead in front of Cloud and Suram. Suram potentially making short work of both of them for the lead. Yeah, he does. Cloud and Nod getting back at him though. And it seems as though Suram managed to make it stick, or has he? Nod and Cloud, really similar pace between these two, and it seems that Suram with a bit of a mistake, and that's going to be over the line, and it is Nod who gets the round in front of Cloud, Suram, Larens, Moradin, Vinny, the Boss, and Coco. I thought it was going to be Cloud who was going to win it, but it seems as though he went a little bit wide on the exit of that final corner right there, and that's allowed Nod to get Nod with a much better snap was allowed to get through and take the lead and get the early lead here on map number 6. 50 points will get the early lead for Nod on map number 6 in front of Cloud on 45 and Suram on 41 as we're going to start round number 2. As we're going to be checking out, let's actually check out Vinny for a little bit. Currently sitting in P6 with 34 points. Currently sitting in P8 after CP1. Suram getting the whole shot. Suram battling with Nod. Nod really really stepping his game up and battling for the lead every time with Suram for this SmurfCup. As we see Nod getting into the lead in front of the Norwegian driver. It seems as though Cloud getting into the mix as well, potentially overtaking Nod for the lead. Nah, not quite. We saw also Larens getting by Suram into P3. Vinny staying into the top 5 as well. So some potential good points scored for Vinny, as we see Nod having a little bit of a lead. Who's going to get it? And it is going to be Nod who gets it over the line in front of Cloud, Suram, Larens, Vinny, Coco, Moradin, and the Boss. Are we going to get the first clean sweep of the night? 200 out of 200 points? We'll see. Whiscraft finishing backwards with Mixu. Uchiha jumping Uchiha jumping Whiscraft to finish in P21. Real Space not able to score points, he's too far away from the finish. So then, Nod first with 100 points in front of Cloud on 90 points, and Suram is third on 82. we follow Suram for a little bit. Onto the first checkpoint they go, and it is going to be Moradin who gets the whole shot in front of Vinny, but Vinny has caught the bump and he's going to be dropping down a little bit. Mixu springing into the top 5 fight, which is a bit of a nice surprise, really. Laren's currently leading in front of Moradin and Suram, and it's going to be a battle between these 3 guys, and it seems as though it's going to be Suram versus Moradin. Moradin holding on for dear life, and it seems as though Cloud has had a connection issue. That's going to be that's a real shame for him. Here's the current lead battle again. Larens versus Moradin. Over the final corners they go. Larens with a bit of a mistake, and Suram overtaking Moradin for the final corner, and it is Suram who gets the win in front of Moradin. Larens, Vinny, Nod, Voyager, Mixu, and the boss. 7 finishing in P18. Lex in P16. Meister CZ in P17. Raoul! Allez, Raoul, ma poule. Who's going to be able to finish, hopefully, if he doesn't make any silly mistake. Yeah, he's going to get the finish in P23, Old Bard in P20... No, in P22, Old Bard in P23. And so far, Nod will remain in the lead. Yeah, but as the result, Cloud, that disconnect, Cloud drops from P2 to P7, and that's going to promote Suram into P2 with 132 points, and Larens into the top 3 with 117. As we're going to be following someone else. Let's actually follow Cloud for a little bit. No, actually, Cloud is still in there, but he had made a mistake, so he dropped out of the top 5 fight and even the lead fight. He's currently fighting with Nod for the lead in round number 4. So that is really a big disappointment for the Dutch driver, as he looked set to get a second map win. But it wasn't meant to be. Now Nod battling with Moradin and Suram getting in the mix. Not making a mistake, and that's going to drop him a lot of places. And that could potentially give the win for Suram if he's able to hold it that way. Let's see how this unfolds over the final couple corners. And it seems as though Suram will get it. Cloud making a mistake and getting overtaken by the boss for P3. So it is a demise 1-2 with Suram in front of the boss, followed then by Cloud, Moradin, Nod, Larens, Mixu, and Voyager. And it is Suram who wins map number 6. 3 maps have been won by Nod. Maps 1, 2, and 5. No, maps 1, 2, and 4. 2 maps by Suram, 3 and now 6, and map number 5 has been Clouds. As we see the final standings then, with 182 points, Suram gets the win in front of Nod on 172 points, and Moradin third on 151 points, third equal with Narens. After map number 6 then, Nod still in the lead with 1121 points, but only a 15 point gap between him and Suram in P2, Larens in P3 with 907. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. So then, map number 6 is gone, and here are the standings. Nod and Suram, only 15 points separate them. Nod first with 1121 points, Suram second with 1106 points. Larens is in third place with 907. Fourth is Vinny with 854, and completing the top 5 is the boss with 840. Sixth is Coco with 834, Moradin is 7th with 775, Cloud is 8th with 708, 9th is 7 with 687, and in the top 10 is Cloud with 582. From 11th to 20th downwards are Mixu, Harsa, Maxi, Whiskra, Oiko, Pangolin, CC, Lex, Voyager, and Old Bard. From 21st to 27th downwards are Real Space, Meister CZ, Utya, Zales, Voy, Ivory Power, and Raoul. So then, on to the closing map of the night, which is Biba Debu by React. One of the more technical one of the somewhat of a middle ground between Technic and Full Speed, although there is a jump where you need a lot of speed in order to clear at least 295 Ks, otherwise it is going to be a bust. The current record here is held once again by Cloud with a 52.898. He is the only driver to have gone underneath the 53-second barrier. And so then the battle will rage on between Suram and Nod for the win of SmurfsCup number 361. For Nod, that would be the first win that I've actually broadcasted, which would be cool. For Suram, it will be the first win of the month and the second win in this time that I started broadcasting the SmurfCup. So, final bit of promotion. There we go, the link is pasted, and so we're a few seconds away from the 7th and final map of SmurfsCup number 361. We're going to be checking out that from a perspective of Mixu, who's going to be a little bit further down the pack, but we'll see how everything unfolds there. Map 7 about to get underway. camera getting back to its place. Morton getting the whole shot after CP1, but it seems as though he made a mistake, and Mixu making a huge mistake along with Void, and that's going to drop him down a lot of places, even dropping down by Raul, and that means P19 for Mixu, and actually P17 for Lex as well. Let's actually try to see if we got someone in the lead battle. Cloud battling with Suram for the lead, there we go. Suram, Cloud, and the boss. Here are your top 3 right now as we enter into CP3. Not a little bit further behind in P5. Let's actually follow the man with the cup to lose right here. It is going to be Nod, the French driver from Team Narrowtech. As he manages to overtake Lance, he's got a little bit of a white line. Now he's going to have to fight to get past the boss in P4. In P3, Suram is currently in P2. Onto the final corner they go. Who's going to make the jump in? Who's not going to make it? Let's see. Everyone in the top 4 makes it, and it is going to be Cloud who wins the round in front of Suram, the boss, Nods, Morodin, Vinny, 7, and Voyager. Top 8 gap from 1st to 8th is more than 3 seconds, which is crazy. As we see Lex having to respawn, and having to jump to the side to try and clear everything, and it seems as though no points will be scored for the Smurf driver. Real shame. Otherwise, though, we got Cloud taking the early lead then in front of Suram, the boss, and Nod. Let's actually follow someone in the top 5, which is going to be following Morodin for this round. Mixu getting the whole shot in CP1, but dropping down a few other places as we see the pack tightly grouped together as they go into CP2, and it is Cloud who gets the whole shot, battling with Suram and Nod, not with a bit of a wide line through there, trying to carry as much momentum as possible to get back, but currently sitting in P4. Cloud in the lead in front of Suram and Coco. Nod in P4, Larens P5, Mord in P6, Vinny... Actually, there's been a few shuffled positions, Vinny getting in the mix as well. Cloud still in the lead, battling with Nod. Let's actually follow the chaser a little bit here. Nod battling with Suram for the benefit of P2. Currently advantage to Nod. Onto the final corner they go, and the final jump. Cloud making a bit of a mistake, clouding the wall, it seems. We'll have to see. No, he clears the jump, and that's going to be Suram in front of Nod again. Cloud in front of Suram, Nod, the boss, Coco, Larens, Mixu, and 7. Cloud, current clean sweep, 100 out of 100 points. Suram, 90 points. And we'll have to see if Nod gets back up to P3. Remember, the gap is 15 points between Nod and Suram. But if there is a tie, the number of map wins determines the winner. So if there is a tie, Nod's 3 map wins will guarantee him the win. So 100 points for Cloud in first place in front of Suram in on second place with 90 points, and Nod is in third place, shared third place between Nod and the boss. 79 points equal as we follow the French driver, getting the whole shout out to CP2. Always a bit of a white line onto that dirt corner. It doesn't seem to pan out really well for him as he gets even dropped behind Larens, he's actually able to overtake. Not down in P6, maybe overtaking his fellow compatriot Coco for P5 and Larens for P4. The boss making a bit of a mistake and dropping down and potentially allowing Nod through. We'll have to see. Currently Cloud having everything under control, and it seems as though it is going to be another battle between Suram and Cloud, and actually Nod potentially getting in the mix. Who's going to get it over the finish line? Is it going to be Suram or Cloud? It looks as though Cloud has got a bit of an advantage, and it is going to be Cloud who wins it in front of Suram, Nod, Coco, the boss, Larens, Vinny, and Voyager. Again, not really the points that Nod was looking for. He's still getting his gap eaten away by Suram, and it seems as though the gap is none. There is a tie between him and Suram. At the status quo, the number of map wins decides the winner, so if the status quo is kept, Nod would win. So then, 135 points for Suram in second, 120 points for Nod in third, and as we check in the slash results, there we go, a tie, 1,241 points for both Suram and Nod, who get the shared lead. It's gonna be the decider. Cloud on 150 points, potentially looking to get 4 out of 4 and get the first and only clean sweep of the night. 200 out of 200 points. Currently Cloud in the lead in front of Suram and Larens. Nod is still getting in the fights. Nod is gonna have to give everything he can to get in front of Suram and outscore him for the win. Suram with a bit of a wide line through there. Nod, but Suram getting a bit more momentum than Nod. And it's going to be over the final few corners to decide whose line will prevail. It seems as though Suram has got the control. It's going to be over the line again. Oh, no, potentially with an overtake at the last minute. Is he going to clear the jump? Yes, he is going to be. It is going to be Nod after a tense battle. Who's going to win the SmurfsCup number 361? The first SmurfCup of July is won by Nod after an intense battle between him and Norwegian driver Suram from Team Demise. And Cloud gets the clean sweep. 200 points out of 200 for the final map of the night. Cloud wins his second map. So then, 3 map wins for Nod, 2 for Suram, and 2 for Cloud. 200 points give Cloud the win, but the winner of SmurfScup number 351 is representing France, and it is Nod from Team Neurotech. 1286 points give him the win, 4 points in front of Suram on 1282, and Larens completes the podium with 1035. We're going to be checking the entire standings after the map switch. So here are your final results for SmurfScup number 361. The first SmurfScup of July 2019 did not disappoint, as we saw an intense battle between French driver Nod from Neurotech and Norwegian driver Suram from Demise, and in the end it was France who prevailed, with Nod winning SmurfScup number 361 with 1286 points in front of Suram, finishing in second place with 1282. Larens completes the podium with 1035 points. Only the top 3 managed to score out of the 1000 points barrier. Fourth place is for the boss from Team Demise with 989. Fifth is Vinny with 980 points. Coco finishes in 6th with 972. Cloud finishes in 7th with 908. Moradin finishes in 8th with 885. 7 finishes in 9th with 803. And completing the top 10 is Harse with 643. Mixu in 11th place with 623. Maxi 12th with 582. 12th equal actually with Reacts. 14th Whiskra1 with 536. Pangolin 15th with 488. Freako 16th with 474. CC 17th with 419. Voyager 006 18th with 396. 19th is Lex with 365. And completing the top 20 is Old Bard with 317. Hello Coco, thank you very much for stopping by and saying hello. Congrats on your top 6 finish. Not quite the top 5 you were probably hoping, but still, good result. 21st is Meister CZ with 312. Real Space 22nd with 278. Utia 23rd with 204. Void 24th with 83. Ivory Pawa 25th with 36. Zales 26th with 34. Raul 17th with 19. Anjin-san 28th with 14, and 29th and last, JM Franco with 10. So this has been SmurfScup number 361. Yeah, I do agree, the map pack is a little bit on the hard side of the SmurfCup maps, but it's still a one that is really enjoyable and one that provided an intense battle for the lead. That's the main thing I retained, the battle between Nod and Suram. And you were also getting involved pretty early on, like I saw you in the first round, in the first round of map 2, battling for the lead, but only getting it snatched away by your fellow countryman Nod. I felt sorry for you at that point for 0.002 of a second. That was really close. But anyways, so SmurfScup number 351 is done, and as I said in the beginning of the stream, this might be the only SmurfCup that I might cast this entire month, because next week I am going on holiday. I'm taking a holiday break from 1 to 2 weeks, as I'm gonna go on to first go into Germany, seeing my family, and then make a stopover in Paris to see the other half of my family for the next couple days. And I'll probably be back on the 27th of July, potentially to cast the final SmurfCup of July, sorry. Anyways, thank you very much for watching SmurfScup number 361. It's been a really fun match to follow. Thank you very much, and as always, I'll see y'all next time. Godspeed, people!